Welcome to another edition of Down on the Farm by Fatback Videos. Today what we're going to do, we're just going to plant some fruit trees. We got some good 5-foot tall fruit trees that we're going to plant. We've got some peaches and plums and pears, and we've planted the peaches already, but we're going to plant the plums. And the key thing about planting fruit trees is give them enough space. You need at least 15 to 20 feet spacing between your tree and your next tree or building or whatever you're going to plant it next to, because hopefully in 10 years that thing will get big. And unless you're getting some dwarf size, and I'm speaking only for full-size trees here, so watch what we do. The spacing, we've already picked us out a spot and we're going to plant them. The thing we want to do is make sure that our hole is about 6 to 8 inches at least deeper than our pot, and we want it about 2 to 3 times bigger around than our pot. That way we can put some extra loose soil in there, some compost, whatever you have, and that'll give the roots a chance to expand, especially in this clay soil. This clay soil gets real compacted and hard, and you want to be able to give a good start to that tree. And so we're going to dig us a hole that right now, and you can kind of watch us. In this clay soil, it's really good that you have a pickaxe, and I don't know that I'd even try this unless the soil was damp at all, as it'd be like breaking out of Alcatraz in the middle of summer. But we've just had us a good soaking rain here the last couple of days, so we're going to have no time to get these rocks and this hole dug out. One thing about this old buckshot clay, it sticks to everything when it's wet like this. And be careful when you're using this pickaxe that when you hit a big rock, a splinter of that won't shoot off and hit somebody in the eye and poke their eye out. They'll be blind. Another thing I like to do when I'm digging out a hole in this clay soil, especially on the side of a hill, I put my dirt on the downhill side. I'm going to mound me up a berm here to catch the water as it runs down the hill when it rains, and it won't just wash off, and it'll puddle up there and hold a little moisture there for it, so the tree can get plenty of moisture. You kind of have to do this in segments. Dig and shovel, pickaxe and shovel. Get you a rock bar if you've got one and beat them big old rocks out. We've dug some rocks out of some of these holes as big as basketballs. This rock bar works real good. This thing weighs about 20 or 30 pounds, and it don't take much. All you got to do is get it up in there and drop it, and it really breaks the soil and breaks the rocks up real good. Well, our hole is getting bigger. We're just trying to make it wider. It's plenty deep now. Alright, we're going to see if our hole's big enough. We got our tree. It's about 3 or 4 inches deeper than our dirt in our pot, and it's about twice as big around, so I think we got it about where we want it. Now we've got to put a little dirt in the bottom, a little fertilizer, and we're ready to plant. One thing I like to do is I really like this organic fertilizer. I like putting a couple of handfuls of this Chick Magic in the bottom of the hole, and then putting some compost on top of that to get our plant up to the height that we want it, and then we start putting the dirt in around it. Alright, we're going to put our compost in the bottom. Go ahead, Benny. Alright, set that in there. Yeah, that's perfect. We're going to take the pot off. Benny, I'm going to lift up and you just pull the pot off. There you go. set it in. We're going to put a little mixture of our native dirt and our compost in around it. Got it halfway full. And put a little fertilizer around it. Looks like we're going to need another bag. Put our some clay on top of this manure, and I'm just going to gently pack it in, not too packed in, enough to get any air pockets out of it. And then we're going on top of this, we're going to put another bag of compost. I see some worms, that's good. Put about half that bag on it. I normally fill these holes up with water after I dig them out and let them soak in so you can get some water. There's a worm, so we can get some water in the hole for the plant. But we've had so much rain here lately, that wasn't necessary. Now we're going to put a little bit more dirt on top. Pack in a little bit more. Make her burn. This is on the downhill side of this. We'll just come over here and lightly pack this berm down so it don't wash away when it gets wet. And there you have it. Hopefully in a year or two we'll be getting us some good plums off this tree. Thanks for tuning in.